describe you. Elohim, Elion, Ale Shelevi. The greatness is all I see. There is nothing you cannot do. There's no mountain you cannot move. If you have said it, then you will do it. 'Cause you have a track record of keeping your word, and you're not about to stop doing it now. All over Wabaye, all over Wabaye,
Hello, Benin City. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the program. It's On Board in the live show with Dr. Nosa.
all over Wabaye. You are mighty, by the blood that you shed, we have overcome. Discharged and acquitted.
For life. It's On Board in the live show with Dr. Nosa, and you're listening to KUFM 92.7. What a blessing it is to be gathered. What a blessing it is to be on this platform with you. How's your Sunday been? How are you doing? I had a great time in the service today. Were you able to go to church? If you did, what was it that the pastor talked about? What were the lessons you learned? Did you gain anything? Of course, there's always blessing in the presence of God. So I'm enjoying this song. So I'm going to just leave it on. It'll play, and then we'll come back and get the show on the road. Tell everybody the program is on. It's KUFM 92.7. And yes, we are streaming live all over. We are streaming live all over the world. Just go on to YouTube For those of you who would like to see us, we're live on YouTube. Just search for KUFM Nigeria on YouTube and you'll be able to follow us. So if you've got people abroad who you'd like to have them listen to the program, you can tell them, they can go on to WhatsApp and YouTube, and they can join us on the program. Okay, welcome to the program, Mr. Jim. How are you doing?
Very well, Dr. Nusa. Good evening to you. Good evening.
Very good evening. How was your Sunday?
As usual, it's blessed. It's beautiful. Enjoying it.
You look good in the. What's the color of this tie now? Is it purple?
Purple. Yeah, purple.
The purple tie is nice on you.
Thank you, sir.
You should wear more colors. Mr. Uyi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Dr. Nusa. Good evening. Good evening, Benin City.
Miss Sandra, how are you doing?
I'm very fine, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. You're on the radio now, you're talking. Some people will just go. So, that's the problem I have with some people. I'm not talking about Sandra. I'm talking about people abroad who went to Dubai and come back and they'll be doing spirit, funny.
People in their abroad.
People
in their abroad does not speak like that, but they who just went to visit
for a trip.
They come and their intonation and everything changes. I don't like this. This water is this. Who made the water?
Can I get? It's water.
Don't you have?
You're not saying it where. You're saying they say you have water. Can I get? Please give me Eva. A beautiful time to be with you again on the program. I got a lot of response from last week's program. A lot of you reached out to me to tell me, it was a blessing and, they were really blessed and all of that. So let's see what the Lord will do, on the platform today. We have a custom. We don't start until we have talked with God first. So if it's all right with you, just join us. Father, we thank you for the blessing of your presence and all that comes with it. Lord, I thank you for my brothers who are here with me in the platform and all those who are listening from all over the world. I ask that you breathe on the program today. Let your name be glorified. I pray God will say things that will help others.
Amen.
And at the end of the day, God will be sure to give you back all the glory, for it's yours.
Amen.
We thank you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Last week we, started talking about, a few things, and I want to try to keep the show today, sort of like on a leash, because there's so many things that has happened, and if I was to start to pick up and talk about things I've experienced in this week, especially as has to do with relationship, I'll talk about everything else on this show, from my faith to my profession in medicine and my faith and experiences and all of that. However, one of the areas where I put a lot of emphasis, for lack of a better word, is in relationships. Because I know that in relationships, once you are happy in your relationship, everything else kind of just follows suit. You understand? Like you may not have as much, okay, but if you're happy in your relationship, it's easy to be content. If you're happy in a relationship, it's easy to appreciate one another. If you're happy in your relationship, you know. So I seem to put a lot of emphasis on relationship, and people see me outside and call me love doctor. And people have, referred to me, oh, you are the love doctor on KUFM. I just tell them, I'm not a love doctor. I'm not a preacher of love.
Since it always tends that way, or hovers around that. So
I'm not a preacher of love.
Okay.
But you're a preacher.
Anyways,
God is love, anyways. God is love.
No, if you didn't know, I was making. Okay, so I tend to put a bit of emphasis on relationships because it's the most important aspect of human existence. God Himself saw the need for one when He said it is not good for the man to be alone. Now, He didn't say it's not good for the man to be lonely. The man wasn't lonely. The man was alone. Those are two different things. To be lonely and alone are two different things. You can be in the midst of people and yet be lonely. You can be in the midst of people and yet you are lonely. You understand? The man wasn't lonely. It wasn't like he was downcast and he was moody and no. There was no companion. God brought the animals for him to name, and Scripture says there was no companion found for him. The man kept on doing what he was doing, but it was God who saw the need for a companion. Hence, bringing about relationships. Okay, so I talk about relationship a lot on this show because one of the mistakes that young people generally make is, coming into and having the wrong relationships in their life. Relationships make you. Do not be fooled. Scripture says, do not be deceived. Evil communication, that's relationships that are not good for you. They would always corrupt and at the end of the day destroy so-called what you have built over time. So what we kind of do on this platform is give you an opportunity where you can be guided. I'm also of the opinion that anyone who allows themselves to be guided, the chances of making mistakes, they're very, very slim. Because I would often talk with you from my wealth of experience and everything that we've been through. This January coming, my wife and I will be approaching our 17th year and being married. Now, added to how many years I've known her prior to marriage. So, there's nothing pretty much you want to tell me about relationships, okay? And I saw a video this week, Mr. Jim, on Facebook, and a couple that had been married for over 60 years. The man at the time was 86 or 96. The woman was close to her 90s. And they were asking both of them, so what's your secret? What is it you do to stay happy? Because at that age, they were still bickering back and forth, like quarreling, and they were still doing all that. So the child or grandchild was asking, so what is it? How have you stayed together this long? And the woman said, it's by love. It's by love. And then the man said, be grateful and don't be jealous. Those three things got me thinking all through the day. I pondered, and if you look at why relationships don't work, I said it last week, it boils down a lot to being selfish. If we are selfless in relationships, it will always work. Like, if my utmost
Pursuit, purpose, goal.
Purpose is to please my spouse, is to please my wife. Yeah. And if her utmost purpose is to please me, we would, you know, even when we have arguments or, you know, as it were, we have, you know, back and forth, she would know that, okay, it's still about pleasing him. I know that it's about pleasing her. And at the end of the day, it works. It works. So what we try to do in this platform, for those who are yet unmarried, okay, you still have the opportunity to learn, to be taught, to know, and then make wise choices. For those who are already married and they think that they are in a pitfall or they are in a, you know, they've gone into a hole and they can't get themselves out, I believe that anything can be fixed if you really want it to be fixed. I'm of the opinion that anything can be fixed. It depends on what you want. Fixing problems or troubles is just letting go of your own views and, you know, your mental state, trying to hold on to what you think is right. Like, you know, we have to hold on to it. It has to be my way or, you know, no other way. If you've been married and you are willing, okay, you are willing to go through these phases and stages in your life to learn, to unlearn, and to relearn. I always say it on this program. Okay? Some of us grew up in houses where we were taught the wrong things. Some of us grew up in homes where the examples we saw from our parents were not the best, what would work or make us be happy in life. Imagine somebody who grew up and all they know is violence from you know, their own parents. Beating, name it, you know, all they know is deceit. You know, there are some people, their home is a political arena where one is trying to outdo the other and all of that. So imagine people who grew up in such situations, Jim. Okay, so growing up like that and thinking that that is the best way to go about life means you learned some things. And at some point in your life, you need to unlearn those things and then start learning the right things. It's a process. It's a process that we should be willing and ready to put ourselves, you know, as we go on in life.
Okay. Yeah, I like the line. You said learn, unlearn, and relearn. Yeah. Now, the learning, the very first part, as we are growing up, I think he's more or less not really conscious, because as a child is growing, like someone was saying in philosophy said, man at birth is a tabula rasa, is a clean slate. So in the process of growing up, the father will write on the slate of the mind, the mom will write. If he or she has that same list, they will all write.
Society would write.
Right. Then when he or she now goes to school, right from the Montessori or kindergarten, whatever it's called, to the university level, everybody keeps writing. That was the first aspect, learning. And when it comes to issues like this, relationship and marriage, like I said, at that stage, that refers to it doesn't seem conscious that the learning is not like, this is what I choose to learn, and this is what I choose not to learn. So it now makes it to seem somehow burdensome, and that's where the work may not really get difficult. Like you now said also, by the time you now get into a relationship or a marriage in the future, you are now an adult, you are aware of your environment. You now have to start gradually unlearning. Now that place now become very, very conscious. It's deliberate action on the part of the person. But the first stage was not...
It's good you said that, Mr. Oyi. It's very good you said that. Now, it's important to understand in line with what you're saying. The moment you know that not everything you were taught is right.
The moment you accept.
Okay, the moment you accept, that's a better way. There are people who, they don't want to accept that, or accept the possibility that their father could have been wrong. They don't want to accept that their mother could have been wrong. Even in the way she related with their father, she could have been wrong. So they expect same from the woman they marry, forgetting that the woman they are marrying is coming from a very different background. She cannot be your mother. Yeah. Never. Okay? So when you start expecting, like you take up a fish from its natural habitat, water, and then you put it on land and you expect to perform at its best. It's not going to work. The ship will die. The fish will die out. And then somebody will say, but no. You need to. People grow up. Okay, that's one thing in relationships. When I got married, let me talk to you guys a bit. When I got married, Mr. Jim, of course, you guys know my wife. We were talking about this. We're talking around this just before I came. When we got married, because of the way she grew up, okay, she literally had to raise her siblings herself. Now, for her to achieve that, she had to have a certain persona. She had to be tough, very tough. She had to make those decisions, okay.
They must obey. They have to.
And
obey.
they must obey. She put her foot down, okay. Now, when we got married, we started to have conflict, especially in that area, because I know that the man is the head of the home.
And you are also the first.
Yes, I'm the eldest too.
Yeah.
So I know, knowing from my dad, he was a man's man. Like he was a man's man. He was the one who, my mom would have to hear from him before anything else happens. Okay, my mom would run her decisions or her ideas or whatever it is by him and wait for a go from him before things happen. And that's how I grew up. So when we got home, I've known her all my life. Now, maybe what also helped me was because she was my neighbor. So I know the situation. I kind of know. I saw it. I was part of it. I know what happened. So when we got home, and after a while, there was a choice, either to make this a fight or to help her unlearn and then relearn. So you don't say I'm the head of this house. You must obey me. From her point, she would see it as something in her would go, you have to hold your ground too. So the both of us will end up trying to hold the ground.
You have to control this.
And then nothing will happen.
Yeah.
So what did I do, Mr. Oyi? I went through a process of teaching her to rely on me, to trust my decisions for her. It wasn't a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year thing. And how did I do that? The things that is supposed to be done for her, that she has always learned to now do for herself, I went back to doing those things. Like I would shop, I had to teach her that you are the woman. It's your job. It is for me to take care of you. It is my job to take care of you. If you would let me, I will take care of you. Okay? I did it so well that at a point, I got my wife to a point where she could not do anything for herself. Like she could literally do nothing for herself. Shop, buy. She just became like, okay. Now when that happened, it gave me the opportunity to now start teaching her by my actions. Not sit down, carry slate and we do writing chalk and paper. No. Yeah, exactly. We now sat down and then by my actions, I'm your husband. It's my job to take care of you. You are not to, fight for anything. Just relax. Let me take care of you. So I would go all out. I would do it and do it and do it. And then gradually, she let go of that mentality. Okay? And now...
That persona.
Yeah, that persona, as it were. Now we are able to be the way a couple is supposed. Okay? She's the one who needs to be taken care of. And then in turn, she will take care of me. You understand? So what I'm saying is women, guys, people out there really need to know that most or not all the things you learned growing up are the right thing. You understand, Mr. James?
Yes.
Not all the things you learned growing up are the right things. Accept that you could have been taught wrong.
Yes. There's a possibility.
There's a possibility. And then accept, as Mr. James said, that you could have been taught wrong.
Yes.
Now, the moment you know that you could have been taught wrong, then you are open to
or learn that.
Getting better.
Getting better.
In trying to fix the problem that you just identified.
Yes.
Then you are now beginning to explore opportunities and relevant solutions,
Yes.
to that problem.
Yes.
It is somebody who has come to this point that would listen to Dr. Nusa now and say, yeah, there's a lot of sense in what he's saying. Okay, my dad used to shout a lot at my mom and us as his children. I think that's what I'm beginning to do. I have to stop this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem. I have to solve it. But if he sees it like as is his responsibility to shout in trying to put his house in order, there is nothing that you're going to tell him that will make him stop shouting. Meanwhile, in the process of trying to put his house in order, he is busy destroying the home that he's responsible for. So at the end of the day, when these people become independent, because at the early stage, in the first 15-20 years of their life, they are pretty much dependent on you, apart from your wife, who might be able to do one or two things, to get some money, so she's partly independent. But for the rest of them, they are dependent on you. But immediately they become independent, you will now see the true separation.
Yes.
That is what you now begin to see in certain homes where once the children go to school, they are done with school, they serve, they don't want to go back home. They now do everything, to survive without. And once they now become independent, they now show their father a side of them that their father never knew existed. So he now begins to think that the mother has played some hanky-panky, has gone to paint him bad, and begin to, they just become paranoid, suspecting everything that they have turned the heart of the children, against him.
Mr. Jim is making a point, because as he was talking, I was thinking how some fathers, think that by talking down their children, they are training them.
Yeah.
By talking down their children, they're actually training them. They believe that when they make them feel small,
They'll be humble.
they'll be humble.
That's why destroy their self-esteem.
Yes. There are fathers who feel so. So every time the child comes, either they are comparing the child to, somebody else's child or their neighbor's child who is quote and unquote doing well.
Or even his own sibling that is doing well.
Yes.
That's talking down. Yeah, comparing siblings.
Yes.
Comparing siblings
Yes.
is talking down. Yeah.
I have 3 children. Okay. Now, my eldest is a sort of a bookworm.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, he's sort of a bookworm. Now, his younger brother is equally smart, but he's not that enthusiastic. Okay? He's not that enthusiastic. So, I am very, very careful not to use words like,
they see your brother.
They see your brother. You will not
The
put your
younger one will now perceive it as
Yes.
derogatory.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
natural.
Yes, and then we as parents, I'm talking to parents now, we really need to celebrate the little achievements that our children, they do, achieve in life. We really need to celebrate them. Like they come home with, a report card that is good. We let them know we see it.
Appreciate.
We let the children know I see you. Some children are trying so hard to get the commendation of their parents.
Yes.
But the parent is just, whether they think if they praise the child, it will not enter the child's head and the child will not,
They don't think that's what they claim.
Or that if you commend the child will now become.
If you praise him now,
It
not go serious again. If you want present, not present for in front. So they don't know what reinforcement is, in learning and building capacity towards anything. What they do, we were talking before we came to the studio. Some things that they do in the West, it is just to reinforce.
Yes.
So the more you do it, they now know that, oh, okay, so I'm good at this.
So I can do better.
And my parents, they appreciate it.
Sorry, Jim. Once a child has that confidence that they are good at something,
Yeah.
Go all out.
it begins to build even the way they interact with others.
The confidence, even
The
their confidence.
I was telling Mr. Jim in the school over there, every week, sometimes I used to, the school we buy postcard. They will buy stamps. And they will send weekly on an assignment that they give to the child, and the child does well. They'll send a postcard, or your child did very well in ABC, or he's showing a lot of maturity in his willingness to learn. They do all these things. When the child reads that, okay, there's nobody who would want to become lower than what they already have achieved.
Yes, we'll lower the bar.
Yes.
Rather
They would want to, because commendation does good to the soul.
Yeah.
esteem, confidence.
Commendation does good to the soul. Like I have noticed it, and this has now become part of my life. I see somebody and say, "Oh, you're beautiful, you're doing well." Or the next thing, they walk away feeling like, okay, you know.
So I'm beautiful.
Nice, wow. But in this part of the world, we are so self-derogatory that we make derogatory remarks towards our own wives. Say as you fart for everywhere, you if you help yourself, things like that. They eat all the money when they this house. You see the children when they train, they don't know anything. They are just dullards. They just dance. I don't even know why I had children like you said. Things like that, it kills the child. And like Mr. Jim said, they grow up, and once they get the slightest chance, they go and you don't see them.
They want to get married.
Quickly, they want to become independent of this life.
And the implication of that, Mr. Jim, in order to leave you, as it were, they would accept anything.
Yeah.
In order to live,
as long as it's not you.
So they will get into a relationship that's not good for them just because it gives them the opportunity to be away from you. Children would leave home and go, and I want us to have children who, they want to come home, because mommy's love, daddy's love cannot be replaced anywhere else. It's 6:38, and of course, all right. Okay. The phone lines are going to be open. I will take a quick break, play the jingle one more time, and then we'll come back and open the phone lines. The program is Onboarding Live Show. Nkem says she's listening now. So, good evening, Nkem. Hope you're fine. All right, I'm going to take a quick break and then come back. It's Onboarding the Live Show with Dr. Nosa. Hi, my name is Dr. Nosa, the host of Onboarding the Live Show. I'm going to need your support to keep the show going. If you would love to help us stay on air, please call this number 080-5847-5402. You can issue a check in favor of Onboarding, that is spelled UNBURDEN, or pay into the UBA account. The account number is 101-945-0121. Thank you very much.
Unburden your fears.
Isn't it amazing how life is one thing and then in an instant it becomes something else?
Unburden your sorrows.
How am I supposed to decide this?
Unburden your troubles.
Someone just talk to me, please, just help me.
And I'll be the one if you want me to.
When you feel downcast and rejected and you have something on your mind, you need someone to confide in. Unburden it all with Dr. Nosa.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Unburdened with Dr. Nosa on KUFM, Sundays from 6 to 8 p.m.
Stay. Say something.
It's still on Boarding the Live Show with Dr. Nosa, and yes, Dr. Nosa is right here. I've got Mr. Jim, and I've got Mr. Uyi, who's also here with me. Before I open the phone lines, I want to encourage every one of you who's been in the place of prayers with us since we started a year ago today. Every one of you who attended the place of prayers anytime you did throughout the entire year 2020 as we stayed and tarried in the place of prayers. I want to encourage every one of you to be this coming Sunday in the monthly 24 hours prayers. We will be coming before the Lord to ask what's the next direction for the new, for the next year as regards this movement. So next week, this coming Sunday, the 30th of May, this Sunday coming, today is the 23rd, next week Sunday, we are going to be in the place of prayers from 6 p.m. in the evening, Sunday, at Kilometer 10, Benin Abraka Expressway. Most of you know it by now, the international headquarters of the Living Christ Gospel Ministries. If you haven't attended once, well, this is a good opportunity for you to start. But for everyone who has ever attended the place of prayers, if everyone was to come, we would all be in our hundreds. So I encourage everyone, next week Sunday, 6 p.m. in the evening we have started, and we're going to be in the place of prayers all through. Let's see what God is going to do. I believe that the place of prayers is the place where you find your identity and find your purpose. All right, so be there next week Sunday. Also, the Saturday before the Sunday, that is this Saturday coming, we are opening up or setting up the Kingdom Business School for those who are into businesses. You want to start a business, or you have started a business, you want to learn how to grow your business, you want to learn how to diversify, you want to learn how to enlarge. These days, you don't just pray for enlargement and then go and sit down. You have to do things to be enlarged. So you want to know how to get your business off the ground, come to the place of learning. Number 3 Church Road off Upper Erediawa Street. Now, for those of you who's been with us in the place of prayers, you will also know that's the mother church of our commission. Once you get to Erediawa, if you're coming from Ring Road, once you get to Erediawa Junction at Upper Sopomba, just cross. Once you walk past the market, the very next turning to your right, it'll take you, that's Church Street, it'll take you straight to the venue. 10 a.m. in the morning. Right, Mr. Jim?
Yes, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. in the morning, you'd be learning how to sustain a business. You'd be learning how to enlarge a business. You'd be learning. And then, by the grace of God, we are partnering with the Kingdom Business School at some point towards the end of the year to be able to, as an angel fund, to start or to invest in businesses. We're going to fund certain businesses to take off. I mean, we're not dashing you the money, but you know, I believe that when we want to enhance the kingdom, we invest in people. So just if you want to know more about these whole things as we start to put them in the pipeline, please be in the program on this Saturday. Okay, the time is 10 a.m. Please write it down so you won't forget. Saturday, it's free. This particular edition is free.
It's not ticketed.
The maiden edition is free. It's not ticketed. But of course, it's not going to continue to be free. I can assure you that. I can assure you that it's not going to continue to be free. So 10 o'clock, please be there. Write it down. For all of you who are into businesses or you want to learn how to do a business, please find your way to that venue, and then you would not regret it. And then the next day, Sunday, we will be in the place of prayers from 6 p.m. In the evening. All of you who's been in the place of prayer, we would use every platform to remind us so we don't forget. Last week, I got a lot of requests, Mr. Jim, about, you know, I don't use the word hookup. I prefer to use the word meet. I've got a lot. I've got over 40 people reaching out to me and say, Dr. Nusa, you have to do something. For people like us who were having a challenge finding, you know, the right person and things like that. So please continue to listen to this platform. We are putting together a program. We're putting together, you know, the meet. We have done it in the past, but we're trying to fine-tune it so we can have better results. When we did it the twice or three times we did it in the past, it seems like people took advantage and were trying to look for how they can even, you know, people who are looking for, all they are concerned about is sex. I mean, it's amazing to me how that seems to be the only thing that people think about in relationships today. You know, it just amazes me. Okay, relationship is more than sex. Okay, relationship is much more than sex. So people have reached out to me and said, Dr. Nusa, you need to do something. So actually, we want to do something about it, but we want to have it a very, very organized form, okay, where we can even get you to sign certain things. Like if you break, you know, certain rules, as we, you know, so we're putting all of it together. For those of you who are yet to be married and you are finding it difficult in meeting someone, we're trying to put that in place too. So just keep listening. We would also be able to let you know. And then finally, before I have the phone lines open, we're already making announcements for our camp meeting. The camp meeting for this year is going to hold from the 22nd to the 29th of August. The 22nd to the 29th of August. It's going to be a great time. I'm announcing it ahead of time so you all listening can begin to make your plans. Okay, to begin to make your plans. The Holy Spirit is going to be coming to us and speaking to us. Our camp meetings are always a time of refreshing. We stay there for 5 days. We just sit at His feet and learn. So I encourage you, everyone, for you to start to make your plans. August the 22nd to the 29th. That's most announcements that we're making on the platform today. The phone lines are open now. You can call in now and talk to us about anything, whatever you want to talk to us about. 070-6263-9275. 070-6263-9275. 09039394427 and 0812-178-9154. Hello, good evening. Please, when you call, turn down the volume on your radio set. Make sure you are not close to your radio and turn the volume down. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Please turn down the volume on your radio or walk away from your radio.
Okay, I can hear you. Please, the address of the Kingdom Business Seminar.
Okay, it's number 3 Church Road, off Upper Iridiawa, Upper Sokbomba, Benin City. That is, if you are coming from Ring Road or from Ted Junction, just tell them you're stopping at Iridiawa. It's a very popular junction.
I stay at Iridiawa.
Okay, good.
So, but I don't really know the street called
Upper Iridiawa.
Yes.
Upper Iridiawa.
It's Upper Sokbomba now.
Yes.
You stay at Iridiawa or Upper Iridiawa?
Iridiawa, not Upper Iridiawa.
Okay, so you need to walk up to Iridiawa on Sokbomba or Pasokbomba Road and then cross.
That's the untarred road.
Yeah, the untarred road. Since you reside, on Iridiawa, all you need to do is just walk towards Upper.
Yeah.
Okay, not Sapele Road, towards Upper. Once you get to the Upper, just get on the keke. The keke will bring you to the junction. Same Iridiawa, just cross and go to the other side, and that's it. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from? Please turn down the volume on your radio, please. Guys, please, when you do call, turn down the volume on your radio. 0812-178-9154. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Roland, coming from GRA.
Roland, welcome to the program.
I don't really know all about the program. I just on my FM, so what is it all about?
Okay, keep listening and you know what the program is all about. It's actually a platform where we're onboarding. If there's anything in your heart you want to talk about, you need someone to hear you, and you want to know if the decisions you're about to make, could be the right one or the right one. You can call and talk with us. 09039394427. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome to the program. What's your name, sir?
Taiwo,
how are you? It's good to hear from you, Taiwo. God bless you.
I just got to say hello to you guys.
That's good. It's always nice to know you're there, Taiwo, and listening. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
God bless you, Taiwo. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. What's your name?
This is Nosa. I'm calling from Benin.
Welcome, Nosa. What may we do for you today?
Sir, please, I really want you to school youth on something I actually observed, something I encountered a few weeks ago.
Okay.
I was with my uncle, my cousin, my senior brother. So we went to Ringo to buy something. So we were driving. We saw one beautiful girl walking, and my cousin said something that, Musa, today I'm going to eat this girl. Me, I will hang out with this girl. I was like, how can you do it? Because this girl, for me, this girl was, the way she dressed, I was at least this decent girl. So he connected her, just less than 10 seconds, they exchanged contact. So they told her, between 12 o'clock that afternoon to 5 o'clock, I later called my cousin to even confirm how far it, and he sent me pictures of what they did in the hotel. I was like, really not up to 4 hours. So I could not even, I was thinking, so even me, for me personally, I will not have that boldness to work to business, but I think it's very different and everything like that.
Okay.
So I was thinking, how do we now know that there are still good girls there out there? Because me, I was surprised. Less than 4 hours, the deed has been done.
Okay, now it's simple. It's simple. Just the same way your brother, your cousin, did something you can't do in a few hours, does not mean that is how all guys are. Okay, you said you can't see yourself doing
over the years in our world. One of my daughters was telling me today in church that some guy walked up to him and said, my boss is calling you. And she told the person, you tell your boss to come here and come and meet me. And the car actually drove. The car, a Lexus, whatever, actually drove and came straight to her and said, deal with me for the evening. No, that's what she was. You deal with me for the. How did you say that? I said, just deal with me for.
Go your hostel, go change.
You just go your hostel, change me, come here, deal with me for this evening. And she was like, so you did you put something in your mouth to come and say it, or I don't understand. And another of my daughter who was there was telling her that that's what happens now. It's not jazz. It's not jazz. It's not.
It's normal.
Yes. Sort of. Deal with me, and then she just gets in the car, and then they travel. And then in the evening, people do not understand. People do not understand, Uyi, that the person who is approaching you for sexual advances has also been with someone else.
Yes, of course.
Okay, and then you don't know the health state of the person he's been with. In fact, let me just make it easy. You do not know the health state of the person who's asking you out. Okay? And then we're talking about the physical state. What about the spiritual state? Okay, scripture says anyone who goes into a harlot is one, has become one. Physically, there is a trace. So spiritually, there is a trace. So when people get into people, okay, for a 15-minute, but you carry huh?
10 minutes. Wow.
But except for the night.
It's long. Because I don't know, but where people are listening, I don't know. The whole thing, I don't know if it usually gets to, except we want to not add
No, Mr. Jim, okay, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you get in to be with this person, okay? And then when you are done with the sex, they might give you 10,000, give you 15,000. But you do not know the consequence. Okay, now, you could get pregnant, and that person will not, they will not marry you, okay? Or you could have, STDs and STIs, they're out there.
Yes.
Okay? Or now when all of that
be kidnapped,
you
Dr.
could be
Nusa. You could be used for ritual. You could be used for there are a lot of vices that goes with it. So they shouldn't just look at some will tell you now, I know how to protect myself. We have seen it. It's not something that we hear or imagine.
It's what happens.
We see girls being pushed off cars.
Now as long as he has a car,
it's okay.
It's okay.
So if you want to kidnap you before, what you won't use keke?
No.
Or bike?
No, Mr. Jim, what I'm saying is this. Our ladies, our young people need out there. The young man who called, it was amazing to him. But it's becoming the norm in the society that we live now. It's becoming the norm.
You talked about the degradation.
Yes. It's becoming the norm, Mr. Jim. Every time I leave the studio in the evening, when I drop you off and on the radio, I used to show my daughter here, Sandra. I said, these are girls who are some of them could be 6, 7 years younger than you. We're talking 15, 16.
Yes.
Okay. They're stuck completely naked on the streets. Now, don't these people have parents?
That's what
a lot of them. The funny enough, Mr. Uyi, a lot of them don't have parents. A lot of them don't live with their parents.
They don't live with their
This
parents.
has become a lot of these things has become a chain. It has become a business.
It's a business now.
Okay, so they have the ladies or madams that they remit monies to.
The pimps.
Okay, the pimps. So you should not surprise this caller that 5, 10, 15 minutes from introduction they were already in the bed. That shouldn't surprise you. It just shows how
She was a
degraded.
tall girl, yeah.
It just shows how degraded the society has become. And those of us who are raising children, we must teach our children how to be sane, how to be godly.
With the right values.
We must live godly in this life. Because it's very sad. Now, a lot of these people, they go to church on Sunday. They go to churches on Sunday. Some of them are in different departments working. Okay? Now, my problem on the gospel or Christian front, no, let me not use Christian front, on the church front, is that it has also become business. The state of the souls of these people is not much. It's not priority to the preacher or to the pastor. Okay, it's now about how much comes in at the end of the service. So they want to manipulate the service to get more. Okay, nobody wants to stand there and say fornication is a sin.
Say that it is.
Nobody wants to stand there and say fornication is a sin. Nobody wants to say adultery is a sin. Now people, talk about the grace of God, and then they sugarcoat, and then people avoid. They just want to preach the blessing. They just want to preach open doors. They just want to preach how to do this. Nobody wants to stand up and say God still condemns, God still hates, God is still of a purer eyes than to behold sin. No. So when from the altar, as it were, people no longer hear it. Those days, Mr. Jim, those days I enter church. When you go home, you'll be afraid though. You'll be afraid that you don't want to lose it. You don't want to miss it. Some people say we should not make the people fear. We should not. God has not given us a spirit of fear. And when you preach and people leave church and they are afraid, we can say all that. But for me, look at what is happening now. There were still sins in my time. Okay, but there were certain things that there are certain things you couldn't do. I mean, you do not want to be caught that you are even having sex in church in those days. The ridicule, disgrace, whatever that you pass through. Now, boys and girls the girl is pregnant for a boy in the church, and then when the pastor comes, they say, I do not want to lose the members. If we are like this now, they will walk away, and then everybody is now being people are tiptoeing around sin. People are tiptoeing around sin. Yes, people want to be politically, churchically correct.
Okay, yeah, churchically correct.
You understand? So it's important for me that as a people, we should teach our children, okay, the value of chastity. I was talking to one of my daughters. I told her, man, do you know the value? She told me, she said, that it's not easy. Because it seems I'm the only one.
Left out.
I'm the only one. Everybody now there is no sanctity. There is no sacredness to the act. It's now just like air. Just as you buy pure water and you're drinking, throw it away. That's what sex has become to a lot of people. Okay.
I don't know how we're going to talk about it. I saw a post yesterday on Facebook, and it was when the person posted, you see a lot of comments, reactions, people talk to the right or go to the left or no. It's becoming a trend in Benin City presently. A lot of our listeners now are from Benin City, and underaged prostitution is a trend now in Benin City, I also speak. You go to some, I don't want to name areas, but you go to some specific areas in town, you see, like he mentioned, 15 years old, 16 years old girls. Now, like we all know, we said prostitution is like the oldest trade in the world. But from time immemorial, we know people who used to do this things. I mean, if many folks who did it, but like of a certain age, some of them even have to meet some conditions. They have started giving birth, or they have left their families and they just want to do this for whatever reason they have. But now it is now for they're not yet even 18, 15, 14, 13. Okay, I remember maybe because of the strong war that the government launched against illegal migration. Because while we were growing up and even of recent, we know about people, so-called madams, sponsors, but we say sponsor or whatever. Now take young girls out of the country. Tbilisi was a hub for them where they take them a lot through to Italy, Spain, wherever they take them to, even Dubai, Qatar of recent. Now it seems because of the strong canvassing campaign and all these things that they put in place by NAPTIP and the rest of them, that maybe it's no longer possible for them to be transporting these girls out of the country. And now, because these people, like you said, they leave their homes. So they're not even from the states. If you go to the interview, they're not from the states at all. A lot of the mission states, but a lot of them are from other states, neighboring states and far states. 60 years, 70 years, and they are prostituting. They have houses they rent for themselves. 5 of them can be in one room. And that's what they do. 40 years and 50 years. I don't know what can be done.
It's a hydra. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
You're welcome to Onboarding the Live Show with Dr. Nosa. What's your name?
My name is Mr. Joshua, calling from Upanga.
Okay. Go on, Mr. Joshua.
Well done, sir.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Jim, good evening, sir. Dr. Nosa, good evening, sir.
A very good evening to you, sir.
Well done, sir.
Go on.
Go on.
I'm having a little issue now, and I believe people are going to talk to me about it. The issue is that a friend of mine is supposed to travel out of the country sometime last month, but we did a little investigation and we discovered that it was the law that is way.
She was what?
It was his mom that is way 8 that he said the brothers the siblings shouldn't take him out of the country. He should go test and all those kind of things. And both of us were talking today, and the guy is serious, so he does not know what to do. I just said, let me call and.
You are not coherent. It's hard to understand what you're saying, sir.
Okay, what I'm saying is that a friend of mine, the siblings outside the country, they are working document for him to come over to that side and have a work over there. But over some months ago, he told him that there is not going to be possible, that the mom, he wants to go over to that side so that my friend is going to sit back.
So the mom wants to go in place of the son.
Yes.
Okay.
And
so what are you asking?
So the guy is serious, and I believe the guy is listening now. And
what exactly are you asking? If the mother should go instead of the son, is that the question?
What does he have to do? What is he going to do now?
The people that want to carry him, are they not his siblings?
Yes.
And then is it not his mother that they are thinking to carry?
Yes.
Mr. Jim, let me hear what you have to say.
Well, it's a simple matter. He was about to be given a gift, and the mother also had interest in the same gift. Whether he's serious or not, it's a gift. If he's serious in leaving the country, he has to now take up the bull by the horn and initiate the process of traveling and start
on his own.
Yes, on his own. Yes. Continue. If it's possible for him, he should push it as far as he can. If it's even as far as traveling down to that same country without the help of the siblings. Yep. I think that's the only option for him now, because he cannot go and confront the siblings and say you can't take my mom, or now go to the mom and say you cannot take my place. It will not change anything.
After all, they are still one family.
Yes, I'm not a member of that family, and I've not heard whatever must have influenced the mother, to make such a decision. So
okay. Why Mr. Jim said that, and it's right. The mom, we have to find out why is the mom wanting to go. Does she have a medical reason for health reasons? Is there something? Of course, a good mother would not see an opportunity for the child and choose to deliberately, jeopardize. No, she has other children there. Okay, so the children definitely must be taking care of her. But is there a particular reason why this move has to be made? Does she need, medical attention? I will fly my mother out anytime if it's for medical, attention or whatever. So sometimes I'm not very quick to give, some people want you to say, oh, that is so bad. Which kind of mother is that? That want to stop his sons from no. We don't heard it. So you have to know,
from both
get
sides.
the full dynamic, get the full picture before you can be able to. But if we must say something, what Mr. Jim have said is the exact thing. Why should you depend on? Some people have this entitlement mentality. I try never to do that. Okay, they have, yes, it's we have to assist you. We don't have to carry your body. We assist you. Do not kill us with your own work. You understand? When people come to me and ask me for assistance, I usually ask them, what Jesus said, what do you have? Okay, and they brought the fish, and they brought. Okay, God asked Brother Moses, what is in your hand?
The prophet to ask the woman Elijah,
what do you have in your house? Okay, you have to have something. Okay, this entitlement mentality that a lot of people have, because your brother is abroad, then they should take over your life and take. You just sit down and fold your hands. When they send money to you to pay school fees, you go and use the one and drink beer somewhere, and then you call them again and say, no. Exactly. That's not a good mentality. Okay, Mr. Jim, I've told you, go and struggle for your life. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah. There's a lot of noise in your background, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. There's a no. You cannot live where the noise is. The noise is much. Okay.
All right. Call back, Mr. Joshua from Okbaga.
When you are somewhere tranquil, please call back.
Calm down, calm down. You need to be calming down, Mr. Jim. You need to be calming down. You need to be calming down. You are somewhere tranquil.
Yeah.
Is it tranquilizers?
It's not tranquilizer. It was not. When you are somewhere quiet, you can call back. I'm sorry for.
When you have gone into a place where you took tranquilizers and you are now tranquil. 0812-178-9154. 0812-178-9154.
070-6263-9275. 070-6263-9275. 090-3939-4427. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. You're welcome to Unboarding the Live Show with Dr. Nosa.
Good evening. Dr. Nosa, good evening, sir.
Thank you. Okay, Joshua from Okbaga. It sounds a lot better now.
Okay, sir. Please, I just wanted to get married to a young lady who is to be a Christian, but she can laugh with the name of her.
I can't hear you. What's happening to the voice? Your line is becoming yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. What's the question? Oh, Joshua, I don't know what's with.
You will call back.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. This sound is
Mr. Stanley, welcome to the program.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say hi to the crew over there.
Okay, Mr. Stanley, hi too. Thank you for the hi. Thank you.
I do come for the house of prayers.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
He said he do what?
He tunes into the program.
All right.
He stutters.
Oh, okay. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, good evening. Okay. I'm greeting everyone on the WhatsApp platform. Yes, we do have a platform where you can connect with us. You can connect with me directly on WhatsApp. If you send me a message on WhatsApp, you'll be able to reach out to me. I'll give that towards the end of the program. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Please put off your radio.
You know, people want to hear how they sound on radio.
But you can't call and at the same time listen to yourself. You're the one speaking, and when you do that, it causes a hold back. So we wouldn't.
But they want to hear how they sound.
But they sound nice. They should give the phone to their friend to record while they speak so that you can listen.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. You're welcome to Unboarding the Live Show with Dr. Nusa.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My name is Adam.
Okay, Mr. Adams. How can we be of help this evening?
Well, I just called for time speaker. What? And also to chip in for in regards to what one guy called. So,
well, for the one that you want to chip into the other guy who called, he didn't open up the issue for public discourse, and therefore it will be treated as private. Yes.
Because I for one, I think I'm lucky in the sense that I'm a decent guy, and most times I have decent ladies around me.
Okay.
So, for just to counter that guy's little bit of losing of faith or so, you know?
Yeah.
So in my own case, like all my friends, virtually all of them are very decent and from a good home or so. So those guys are still, they are still everywhere.
Yeah, true.
So it depends on your kind. That's what it is.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Wise one.
You can't depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
When you see a call game, for example, it's written. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Pastor Joshua calling from Pogba.
Okay, Pastor Joshua, please go on now. You asking a question.
Yes, because for some time now I've been going on an issue, and I believe some persons will be trying to blame me and all that. The question is that, is it good to get married to a young lady who lies with the name of a pastor?
What do you mean lies in the name?
Okay.
There's a lot of noise where you are, and the question doesn't really, lies in the name of a pastor.
A young lady lies in the name of a pastor.
Hello. People just want to get on the radio.
I'm very aware of.
Oh, you know the situation.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have given counsel before. Okay. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Pastor Joshua, calling back.
Okay. Pastor Joshua. Mr. Jim have given you counsel, and I will probably tell you the same thing that Mr. Jim told you. Somebody who lies in the name of the pastor, let them go to their pastor. And there's nothing that Dr. Nusa on this platform is going to tell you. Okay, I'm also aware that there are people who make up stories just because they want to be heard. So, Pastor Joshua, God bless you for us. Hello, good evening.
Hello, sir.
What's your name?
Pastor Joshua, call back, sir.
Pastor Joshua.
Yes, sir.
Are you listening to the program at all?
Sir?
Are you listening to the program?
Yes, I'm listening to the program, but I have to switch off my radio.
Okay.
So that I can get across to you.
Okay. There is a lot of noise in your background, Pastor Joshua. I would like to also be able to hear when I leave the studio. So please, if you can go somewhere tranquil.
Thank you, Dr. Musa.
Hello, good evening.
Dr. Musa,
hey, Mama. Yeah, well, ma, call you. Call you, what's the year? What's the man? What's the year? Oh, here we are here. Someone wrote on the Body with Dr. Nsa platform, it said, "Day with me" is an authoritative statement that bad guys normally use on ladies to break their wall of defense in order to get through to them, especially here in Benin. "Day with me" has become their password.
Wow.
So pathetic.
Wow.
How can somebody just call you and say "day with me," and you just choose to day with him? It means that you yourself don't even have any value. The person is not saying, "Oh, hi, you look pretty this evening. Are you going? Can I drop you off?" No, day with me. As how now? Which level now? I don't understand.
Since you're not getting your own day now,
my day.
Become day my day.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. What's your name?
I'm Victor. I'm calling for Benin City.
All right, Victory. Let's hear you.
Okay. Since I need an hour, I must speak to Dr. Nusa.
Yes, ma'am. You are on to Dr. Nusa.
Okay. Since I need advice.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I go? Okay. If a man told you that is the man giving birth to. That the man I give birth to told you that she is accepting you because of the kid. Can I still go ahead force myself to him?
This is a very, very good question, because a lot of times when the pregnancy has come in, okay, let me just say to the lady, you want to be very careful, because that is always going to be a reference. It's always going to be a reference in the future. He can say some very hurtful things. "I never liked you with you because of the child."
So you married out of pity or what?
No, yes, it is pity, and it will. Somebody loves you, okay? Somebody loves you, and in the process, okay, you got pregnant, okay, but the person is not making the relationship about the pregnancy. It's still you. I don't know if you understand. It's still you. I have met guys who say, because I want to remove shame from the lady, okay, I don't want her to be a ridicule. It's not today. It's from the scriptures. The Bible told us when Joseph found out that she was with a child, he made the choice, okay?
He didn't even want to continue. He wanted to put her away silently
because he was just.
Yes.
Because he was a just man.
Yes.
Okay, in those days, when a lady is found to be with child when she has not been married, it's a big shame. Yeah. So, because he is just, wanting to save her that shame, decided, okay, we're just going to put her away silently. All right. Now, there are people who they don't want to allow shame to the lady, so they go ahead and marry. Now, they still love the lady sincerely. Okay, that's very different from the one who tells you it is because of the child. That's why I'm with you. When the child comes and they give birth to that child, they will be unfaithful to you. They will be very, very unfaithful.
You in the first place.
So you want to be very, very careful.
Wow.
You want to be very careful. Hello, good evening.
Dr. Musa, good evening.
A very good evening to you too.
Yeah, this is Wesley on the line.
Mr. Wesley, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Jim, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Wesley.
Please, I just wanted a little advice, because me myself know that it's not right what I am doing right now. Because for quite long I just expand my business group. To the glory of God, I've had that I'm spreading
my business. And as this thing is going on, I now discovered that I no longer attend church. It's like I've been cut off from going to church, one. Though my prayer life and every other thing is still intact. But I've lost that going to church is not constant again as before. So I want to ask, hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
go ahead.
Hear you.
Yeah, I want to ask something. Will God actually focus on my being going to church or doing His will? Because not going to church often as it is now, but still going ahead to do the things that you're supposed to do as a kingdom child. I don't know if there is any error.
Mr. Wesley, I need you to understand that it is not your going to church that makes you a child of God. It is not your going to church that makes you accepted in the beloved. But we are told in scriptures that we should not neglect or forsake the assembly of the saints, as some.
As is the manner of some.
As is the manner of some. As some do. That are busy.
Doing business.
Like Mr. Wesley. No. It's a direct thing.
That is the...
As the manner of some.
As the manner of some. Okay? So if a business takes you away from your commitment with God, personally, because some people now think, okay, God will understand my acts and works. God will not trade your works for communion with Him.
Fellowship.
For fellowship, God, everything else can go.
And your contribution to the Christian body.
Yes.
The Christian faith.
Yes.
You as a path, you are a part of the body, the entire body. There is somebody's faith that you keep building every time you come to church. Every time you lift your hands, worshiping God, there is somebody who is looking at you and say, look at the way if Mr. Wesley can worship God like this, who am I? There's somebody that can say, if Mr. Wesley can be in church by 7 a.m., why can't I be in church by 7 a.m.?
I'm never as busy as him.
I'm not even as busy as he is. So it spells a lot. It's more than...
want to be in the good books of God.
Yes. You know. Thank God for the Spirit of God who has been, every day, and you know that there is a problem.
And you know the thing, Mr. Jim, is that you are not there today. You are there maybe in 3 weeks, and then you show up again. You're not there. You do not understand the poison,
the effect on your spiritual health.
It is the day you see yourself doing something, you would know how far away you've gone.
Yeah.
From the presence.
Yeah.
Yes. It is the day you see yourself react a certain way. The decisions, the choices you make, that now shows you how far away you've gone. So it is good to do the business. It is good, but we must understand that what takes first priority is fellowship. It's fellowship. It's fellowship with Abba. That's what takes first priority. Okay? God will not say, or some people say God will understand. We need to know that God will not give you a job that takes you away from Him.
Yeah. Wow.
God will not give you a job that takes you away from Him. That's not how God deals.
Yeah.
But
that's what a lot of people. I understand your expression.
Sorry.
That's what a lot of persons do. They now take this becomes the priority. The gift that is given to them
now replaces the giver. Because if somebody gets a job, like I know where the answer is coming from. I quite agree with this. It's called my own conviction.
Yes.
In terms of faith and all.
Yeah.
But when somebody gets a very good job, to say, maybe in an oil firm,
yes,
then he has to be away for this time and be around again for this time. And then he says, this is my kind of job. They were for the church and the kingdom of God.
Sorry, son. I know someone who works in an oil firm, okay, who's 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out. Now, what this person does the 2 weeks in, he seems to cover for all the 2 weeks out.
Okay.
He immerses himself for that. In fact, he can be coming from his station and he's coming straight to church to spend 1, 2, 3 hours in the place of prayers, and then he goes to do visitations, and like he immerses himself.
That's priority.
That's priority. You understand? You don't say, again, if you did not hear me, let me say it again. God will not give you a job that will take you away from him.
Of course. That one is strong.
If you get a job that takes you away from God, it is not from God.
Wow.
It can be people. Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Rejoice.
I heard your voice already. Rejoice, how are you doing?
Yes, sir.
It's Rejoice.
On the father.
He's here.
He's here.
He's listening to you already.
Hello, Daddy. Good evening, sir. Hello?
Rejoice.
Oh, Rejoice.
Sir, good evening, sir.
How are you doing?
Thanks. Welcome back, sir.
It's good to be back.
Welcome, sir.
God bless you, darling.
Yes, sir.
Have a beautiful evening. God will not give you a job that takes you away from him.
Oh, spring. I need to put that on my WhatsApp status.
God will not give you a job that will take you away from him.
Wow.
People who are seeking jobs, God will not give you a wife that will take you away from him.
No, that is very important.
God will not give you a husband that will take you away from him. God will not give you a friend that will take you away from him. God will not give you anything that will take you away from him. When you understand this, you know what job to accept or what not to accept. Okay, somebody says, God will understand. I'll just do it for 2 years and then I will get back. The truth is, you may have gone so far.
You can't come back. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to Embodying the Life Show, Dr. Nusa.
Yeah, my name is Amos, calling from St. Savior.
Okay, Mr. Amos, how can we be of help this evening?
Listening to your radio station, I heard something that you said that God will not give you a job that will take you away from it.
Yes.
I also going to ask a question. What of those a special job, like maybe a doctor or a police officer, you know, do the line of duty, maybe let me call it on Sunday, and maybe he was absent in church. Within that line of duty, can also save your life, maybe in the hospital or on the highway, as the case may be. So, is that also a way of deviating from the way of God?
Okay, now understand, Amos. When we say God cannot give you a job that takes you away from Him, what we simply mean is this: God will not give you something that will replace His position in your life. Now, for example, I have colleague pastors who are police officers.
Okay.
They are serving police officers and they are co-pastors with me.
Yeah,
it does not matter, and the same with medical doctors, and I have people in all professions that are they are co-pastors. So it's not about what you do, it's about what is your priority. How do you see God? What takes you away from God? Paul was saying,
I'm coming, sir.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, what I tell me that if you have two locations, maybe one in church and one in your office, and they tend to collide with each other.
Yeah.
But now you should choose
Baba, listen.
the church. The church is your priority.
Baba, listen.
Right?
Can you hear me? Listen, so that you understand. It's pretty straight up what we're saying.
It's simple.
If you want to understand,
It's not for
you want to
argument.
understand. It's not for argument.
Nobody's arguing with
We
you.
know, okay, that if you are working as a doctor, there are times that you would need to be. But being a doctor should not now be the excuse why you can't be in the place of fellowship.
It's simple.
It's that simple. I understand that, like Mr. Jim said, I have people who are, in all professions in church. Some of them will call me and say, I've just been sent on special duty.
Yeah.
Okay, now they'll go and come back, but they don't say, Baba, you know, say police work now, easy. So now not going to see me for church, I should have heard see me. That doesn't make any sense. That's what we're trying to say. The phone lines are still open. We want to remind you that next week, this coming Saturday, there will be
there will be a business development series class that is being put together by the Kingdom Business School, number 3, Church Road, Upper Iridiawa, Upper Sopomba, Benin City. The program is to help develop our entrepreneurial abilities. There are people who have ideas already, who do not know how to channel these ideas into income, into bringing money. There are people who already have businesses and they are now stuck. They don't know how to scale it. It is just paying the bills. They don't know how to improve it. They don't know how to make it bring in more money. There are people who already have businesses, but they want to scale. They need some information, some knowledge, to advance their businesses. That is the essence of this training. That's the essence of this class. It's going to be a wonderful one. For those who do not know, if you want to go into business classes anywhere in the world, they are always very expensive. But because this is made in and it is with a special purpose, it is free for those who are interested. Now, there are partners who are willing to finance businesses, a lot of businesses, over 10 businesses before the end of this year. Okay, and the criteria, the agreement they have with the Kingdom Business School is that they are only going to engage or select from those who have been trained from the Kingdom Business School. So that means it is a platform already for advantage. So anyone who is already a student, has an ace up his or her sleeve, to be selected and be invested in. So those who have ideas, you don't know, you need resources to drive your dream, bring it to reality. Come and get the training and also come and get the skill and the finance you need to bring it to fruition.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Come now so that you will make the best. When they are telling you you should invest, at the time you should invest and divest. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Welcome. What's your name?
This is Samson from Benin.
I didn't get your name.
Samson from Benin, sir.
Okay, Mr. Samson, welcome. What can we do for you?
My problem is this. I don't really find persons I love to get married to. I need someone who keeps herself, not all these people that work up and down. Don't really. The thing is bothering me.
Have you been married? Have you been married before?
No, sir.
You have not been married before.
No, sir.
Have you been keeping yourself?
Sir?
Have you been keeping yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you have been keeping yourself, then you would meet somebody who is keeping themselves.
Okay.
When you meet somebody who is not ready to keep themselves, you know that person is not the right person. As long as you are keeping yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Are you on WhatsApp?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, because when we start putting these programs together, it is the people on WhatsApp. We are already collecting data from people who have requested. Now, let me start doing this again. I told you we're putting up a program for those of you who want to get married. So, because I receive a ton of messages every day on the WhatsApp platform, I've got more than close to 5,000 people on WhatsApp. Now, I receive a ton of message. I receive messages every day. Now, it will take me a minute to scroll down to go and find you again. So I want you to do something for me. If you are interested in meeting someone, sorry about that. You are interested in meeting someone, you'd want us, using this platform to get you connected with someone. I'd want you to send me a message on WhatsApp, okay? I might ask 1 or 2 questions just to further know you, but send me a message and say, Dr. Nosa, I am interested, okay? And then we are collating the names, we are collating data, so we can, when we're ready to launch, we'll be able to get you out there, okay? The phone lines are open. Let's just give them the phone lines one more time.
070-62-63-9275, 090-3939-4427, and 0812-178-9154. I repeat, 070-62-63. Go on.
9275.
Hello.
Sorry about that. Please call back.
090-3939-4427, 090-3939-4427, and 0812-178-9154.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. Hello.
People, when you call, please turn down the volume on your radio, okay, please, so we don't have, distorted conversations.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. Please put off your radio. Put off your radio, please.
Hello?
Hello. Hello. Please, people, when you call, please put off your radio, please. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. You're welcome to Embody the Live Show, Dr. Musa.
Thank you. This is Marvelous from Centennial.
Okay, Marvelous.
So I would like to know when is the date for that very business event and summit?
It is 29th of May. That is this coming Saturday, yeah.
Okay, 29th of May.
Yeah, 29th of May.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello, good evening.
Hello? Bro, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, bro.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
What's your name?
My name is Shirley. I'm calling from Opasapova.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir, please, I'm confused about something. There's this lady I like, so I approached her, but she told me she has someone in her life. But this inside me, something tells me she's lying because I don't even see anyone come to visit her. I don't know, and I'm this kind of person. If you restrict me, as in, I wouldn't want to start further so that
Hello, sir. Let me understand you well. Sorry to barge you or to cut you off, okay? You approach this lady and she tells you she's with someone.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't believe she's with someone?
I believe she's lying.
You believe she's lying? Okay, why would she lie?
So I'm not seeing the evidence that
she should bring the person she's dating to your house to show you.
And we stay in this neighborhood.
Baba, she says she's with someone.
Okay.
That's it. Maybe she does not want to be with you. Maybe she doesn't want to be with you and she doesn't want to hurt your feelings.
So she uses that excuse. You should understand. Hello. Good evening. You're welcome to the show. Please put off your radio.
it's not so difficult for people to understand. All right, just please put off your radio when you do call so we can be able to talk. We really want to talk to you on the show. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Blessing. I'm calling from Benin.
Okay, Blessing, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hello?
Yes, go on.
Yes. Now, for instance, you are in a relationship, and as a girl, you don't like boy that much, but the guy loves you very much. In fact, he's prophesying marriage to you, but you are the lady, you don't really love the guy that much. So, in that situation, what do you do?
You don't really love the guy.
That much.
Sir?
You don't really love.
You don't really love the guy that much, but the guy is prophesying marriage to you.
But you love.
In that situation, what?
But you love him a little.
Not that much. Not that much, sir.
All right. Now, if you don't love the person and the person wants to be with you, the choice is ultimately yours to make. The person cannot force you to marry them, can they? Okay. But you also want to see that love can grow. Love can be birthed, born, and then it can grow over time.
Okay.
What you want to look for is this person genuine in their attraction to you. Is this person seriously, truly interested in you? Do they want to, you understand? So once you can determine that this person is genuine in their interactions and, then you can say, okay, let me give, love and attraction is not even built in one day. Like you can decide to work with the person. You can decide to just throw down to the person. The person will just say something that will just pack the thing. So don't just be one-sided in your mentality. Actually give the person a chance. See if they can build, that likeness or whatever it is.
And in addition to that, the things that you think you don't like about the person, try and see if you can help him become better. For example, a lady could be turned off for things as benign as dressing, or attitude, or the social life, or how they relate with issues. So whatever it is that you want to know, whatever it is you don't like about him, you can contribute. Let that be your first investment into the relationship.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jim. Well said. When you meet a person, okay, some people already write off the guy because he does not meet the standard that they want.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy because he doesn't have a car, and then the guy is coming and saying, "I like you, I want to marry you," and you are blinded by, materials. You're driven. You want to know what drives people. What is the driving force behind people? Okay, and if you don't have that driving force, they won't be with you. I just said something serious. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
What's your name?
This is Arnold from Benin. Hello.
All right, go on. We can hear you.
Yeah, okay. I have a contribution actually. When I was listening to the program, I remember what somebody said when you said God will not give you a job that will take you away from Him.
Yes,
I think a lot of people are misunderstanding because somebody actually put a call through and said that if you have a job that makes you go away from church and all that, what I understood by it is you don't have to it's not related to the church.
Lost that
call back. All right. This Saturday we're having the business conference, the business summit. Now this is a place where in some environments you would pay heavy to get the information that you're coming to get for free now. It's not always going to be for free. Yeah. When we eventually kick off proper with the Kingdom Business School, everything is going to be a paid system. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are part of it now and see the kickoff of what is being put together. You have a business, you'd want to know how to run a business. You'd want to know where to begin. Somebody have sent me a message, Mr. Jim, on this platform, and said, just right here, about 10 minutes ago, and said, Dr. Nusa, I have 500,000 naira. What can I do? What can I invest in it? Okay. Now, some people, they don't have any monies. They are loaded with ideas. Yes. Some, they have the capital. They don't know what to do. Yeah. Now, this is the essence of the business school. Like, you have ideas, and there are some people who can match, ideas, and you don't want to miss it. I'm encouraging you to be there this Saturday. All right? For those of you who you may not know the address, you may not be used to that part of town, you can just send a message to me on WhatsApp. I would give you the address and try to describe it to help you get there. Okay? But it's very easy. There are no tricky, back and forth with it. You get down at the radio hour, you cross, and then depending on where you're coming from, if you're coming from Upper, like you're coming from Midogbo, you don't need to cross. It's on the side you're stopping. If you're coming from Ted, you stop at the radio hour, cross to the opposite side, walk past the market. Okay, because when you enter through a radio hour, immediately there is a turn to the right. That's not the one. You have to walk past through the market, and then the very next lane, or it's a cul-de-sac. Okay, you just get in and you would see the venue. You'd be able to join us. So this Saturday, 10 p.m. And then on Sunday, we will be meeting for our 24 hours prayers. Now, nothing can be done except by prayers. And I encourage you, for those of you who have ever been in the place of these prayers since we started a year ago today, I encourage you to join us this Sunday, the 30th, 6 p.m. We are starting kilometer 10, Benin Abraka Expressway, right after the Ikpoba Oka Local Government Secretariat. Is right along the road. You can't miss it. Okay, we'll be there talking to the Lord about the next phase of our lives. What are we going to be doing? What is His direction? We're just seeking His face for His will. So you make sure you want to be there to spend time to pray for you. Stop going and looking for who's going to pray for you. Like, going to pastors and it's just really strange. You should come into the place of prayer and, work out your own salvation, as it were, with fear and trembling according to the scriptures. Okay, I am seeing that people are already sending me messages. I want to settle down, Dr. Nusa. I want to settle down, Dr. Nusa. We're going to be collecting data of the info of all of these people, and then as we walk towards it. Mr. Jim, do you have anything you'd like to say as we are gradually bringing the program? I was going to say service, but anyways.
Well, nothing else for this week except for all you can do for yourself is to improve yourself. Information is key. The difference between Dangote and any other man is information at the right time. There are certain informations that are needed, to help us become better, to better position ourselves and better utilize our resources. There are things that people are lacking in business that they assume that they already know, they already have. There are certain capacities they need to build. There are sales channels that they are not exploiting. There are a lot of things that they can do to improve themselves and their business and the welfare of their families. It is in seminars like this that you are able to learn, to build capacity. If you want to stand out in this economy with the treacherous situation that we can see around the country, it is information that will differentiate your business from the other man's business. So on Saturday, I want to encourage those who in the business sector, those who want to go into businesses, those who want to have it as a candlelight business, those who want to have, a side hustle, whatever you want to do, as long as it is money you want to invest, this time you want to invest, the first thing you need is not the money. The first thing you need is the capacity, the skill. There are people who have ideas, they don't know how to bring their idea to fruition, to practicality. They don't know how to apply it. They don't know how to monetize it. They don't know how to... Facebook is where it is today. It started with an idea. Tesla is where it is today. Started with an idea. SpaceX is where it is today. Started with an idea. Alphabet, the parent company of Google is where they are today because of an idea. It was an idea. Everything starts with an idea, and there are a lot of us who have had these beautiful ideas. Because we don't know how to go about it, it just dies as a wish. They wish they can do this, they wish they can do that, and at the end of the day, nothing is done. So when you come, you're taught how to channel these ideas into reality, practicality.
Even the Bible says that. I'm sorry to cut you. The Bible says that also. That, like you just said, they have ideas and they don't know how to make it into reality, and therefore it dies off. I can't pinpoint the place in scripture, but I think it's in Ecclesiastes. They said the labor of the foolish wearieth them because they do not know how to take it to the city. Like a farmer has farmed, he has brought the produce, but he cannot take it to the city and sell and make money with it. And so that's how many people's ideas die off. And it's a fact, ideas rule the world. Ideas rule the world. May see somebody out there in the front, like he's the president, and whatever, what got him to power was an idea. I want to become president, and this is what I want to do for my country. So ideas actually rule the world, whether in business, in politics, education, or whatever.
And when you say it that way, Mr. Uyi, your idea may need somebody else to help you fund it.
Yes. No matter where you want to be, there is always somebody's role in that dream.
Of course.
So
Hiram was to Solomon, he was a skilled man. Why Solomon had the idea of what he wanted to achieve, Hiram was the one who helped him to implement the skill behind the idea. People do not understand it these days. Even in Nigeria, as it is today, people are finding businesses and making money.
Yes.
Despite the hard economy and whatever.
We know the popular story of Paystack. When Paystack started just a few years ago. In fact, in one of their webinars that I attended some years back, I was wondering, okay, how is this technology fly? But I was surprised. There was a time I was going to Lagos. I was going to use God is Good, and the platform that I used to pay for that trip was provided by Paystack. And when it started, then he was still looking for investors. So it was like a joke, like it can't come to fruition. But today he just sold his business for $200 million. Okay, $200 million, and the entire Warri Itakbe rail line was fixed with $200 million. So this is what somebody made from a single idea. WhatsApp was sold for $2 So it's not your idea. The 21st century is not for those who are living in the yesterday. This is not the time to sit down and blame people. In times of war, there are people who still make money
from that war.
From the war. Yes, there is an opportunity everywhere. You just need to learn how to identify and exploit that opportunity, for your own advantage. And I will encourage everyone, young people especially, and those who really want to improve their business, to find their way there.
It's going to be a great time. We're all going to be there, and a lot of people are listening. I'm very, very sure. As soon as we go off the air, I know a lot of calls will be coming. So don't miss it. You've been told, you've heard.
I'll probably show phase 2 over there at some point. Anyways, I want to thank you so much, for joining us on the program. I thank you for always making it a date with us. By the grace of God, by the grace of God, next week, if Jesus tarries, I'm going to be here. Somebody sent me a message and said, Dr. Nusa, please pray for me. I'm praying for everyone who needs interceding, everyone who needs intervention. We intercede on your behalf.
Amen.
Everything that may have caused you pain or is causing you pain right now, we ask that the Lord Jesus Christ will intervene. He will come into your situation, whatever it is, and just speak peace and bring peace into your life, into your relationships, into your homes, into your businesses. I pray for everyone, oh God, on this platform today, that you grant them, God, the ability to go through whatever it is that they are going through. Thank you, dear Father. Bless KUFM. I pray that you speak peace to our state and to our nation. Nigeria will achieve God's purpose for her. Amen. In Jesus' precious name. Amen. You all have a great evening. We'll see you next week if Jesus tarries. Bye-bye.
All the programs on KU 92.7 are now open for sponsorship and advert placements. For sponsorship and advert placements, call now for inquiries 070-380-50243 or 080-8877-3644 or visit KUFM Marketing Office located at the top floor of the Enterprise Foundation Building, number 62, Ihama Road, Benin City, Edo State. 92.7 KUFM is your business growth partner.
Do you desire to work, study, visit, or relocate overseas with ease? UK Visa Consult is here to help you. Kaisena E.D. Oputu Esquire is a UK-trained immigration lawyer and accredited alternative dispute resolution mediator. He will offer you comprehensive specialist consultation on international passport application, overseas visa application,